We've always called her Katy Bird because she has always been the singer, and I remember like at times even when we were younger and her like singing herself to sleep, but it would also put me and David to sleep as well. So she's always been our singing bird.
So it was like the one thing I could pull out and everybody would just pay attention, like they would drop what they were doing, so I felt like I had some kind of power in a way.
When Sister Angela started singing lessons, Katy wanted in.
She copied me and they found out she had the real talent, which is fun.
My dad discovered I had a talent. He threw me on stage and was like, sing for the church. But I was so happy to do it. I'm a show-off, I always was. I'm a middle child.
Well,
I got my hands on a guitar at 13, and then I was like, whoa, wow, this is like, this is ammo. Being able to say what I think and put it on, a bed of music.
First riff. I can do this.
Katy really enjoyed singing gospel songs and singing Christian songs.
That's where her writing career started, was in the church.
Performing in churches is kind of where she got a taste for all eyes being on her.
I see movies and I wear the shirts, but what does this story really say?
Kid in my household consisted of going to a lot of church activities.
We weren't allowed to eat Lucky Charms because luck is of Lucifer.
I couldn't watch the Smurfs growing up.
I didn't know who Michael Jackson was until I was like 14.
I think Sister Act 2 was the only movie that she was allowed to see.
Now, your parents, as much as we've talked about this before, because they're ministers, they're pastors, but they themselves, before all of that, had a pretty wicked sense of humour. That they were almost rock stars in their own right.
They still do. I mean, but they definitely needed to find the Lord.
But didn't your mum dated Jimi Hendrix for a while?
She never dated him. She just went out on a date.
Still? And then what was the tipping point for them? How do they go from that to now being preachers?
Well, my mom had she was kind of like this wild pot-smoking debutante from Santa Barbara, caught in the scene. And then my dad was he was an acid dealer for Timothy Leary in Washington.
Fantastic. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. And so they...
Is that how you find the Lord? You trip out and it just...
No.
The heavens open up and...
They
You hear Jesus in a lot of stuff.
Yeah. No, but after a while, they found God and they decided to turn their lives around.
I did a lot of guitar playing here with my blue guitar. At this house, I wrote my first song. It was a song called Trust in Me, and it actually ended up going on the gospel record that I did at 15.
And so you just recorded your first album, is that right, Katy? What's it called?
Yes, besides a demo that nobody will ever hear.
Probably on purpose, right? And,
Right.
And your album comes out March
6th. It's
Okay.
like 2 weeks, I think. My sister called me up. She's all, Katy, your album comes out in 2 weeks. I'm like, really? Wow.
Still 15 minutes for my 35. Chick left behind the ears. It's a part of life, so there's no need to fear these growing pains that I'm going through. And when you are the only one who really knows just who I am. And you search me, and you know all the secrets of my heart.
At 16, I was just like, okay, well, this is over. What do I do now? I watched VH1 and I saw Glenn Ballard. And he was talking about Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill. And I was like, well, that's a really good record. She speaks from my perspective. I want to make a record like that.
You know, I was a million miles away working on something else.
And I walked in with my guitar and I played him a song.
She played the song and it was, okay, that's all I need to know.
And then he called me the next day and said, I want to move you to Los Angeles. I want to help fulfill your dream.
All this pressure, baby, it means I'm gonna pay. All this pressure, baby, this means I'm gonna pay. A diamond, it won't ever bend. A diamond, 'cause they're ladies' best friends. Oh, diamonds, but there has to be more than what these pirates are gambling for. It is that it could be so simple. You think life should be that simple. I wish it were just so simple. But the point's been missed, you made a mess. You would have guessed that it's as simple as it seems. What do you do? What do you do when everything is broken? What do you say? What do you say when no words fit the moment? 'Cause you're not here, and even if you were, all I could say is what do I do? What do I do? Well, I'm broken, but I can't throw us away.
Then someone said something to me one time and said, you know, you should be really grateful because it doesn't always last for people. And I was like, whatever, shut up. And then I got dropped. And then that Jetta got impounded. And I couldn't pay my bills. I heard more no's than I heard yeses.
But after 3 years of writing and recording, Katy Perry was signed and dropped by 2 major record labels.
I had someone say to me that you should probably go home because you're never going to get signed again. You're pretty much damaged goods and you should be in the defect aisle at Ross. And I'm 20 at that point. I'm like, I'm defected goods already?
Katy had been kind of kicking around for a couple of years, soaking everything in. But after a while, it's just people talking about she should be the next Kelly Clarkson, she should be more like Ashley Simpson. And the whole time she just kept saying, I just want to be the first Katy Perry.
A&R people were telling her who she should be, who she needed to be. Katy had a very different vision.
I was feeling lost. I would ask myself, what happened to that 13-year-old girl that was playing the blue guitar? Is she still there? Am I still that person?
Whatever your dream is, it's never too big for you.
Katy Perry.
Katy Perry. Katy Perry.
Katy Perry!
It's the first time I've ever heard my song on the radio.
So what is my range, you think?
It's almost 3 octaves, which is great. Drop your jump.
I want to sound good, perform well. It's not like I get some kind of pass because I played a really good show for them 2 days ago.
As a performer has always been fearless. She believes that she can do it, and stepping up from theatres to arenas, though, took just bringing that whole matter of scale with her. So she really worked on her voice, took vocal lessons to strengthen the voice, because you're really going to have to be putting out for an hour and a half to 2 hours every night, about 5 times a week.
Is she a good dancer?
No.
She's never been a dancer. I mean, she's a singer-songwriter at heart. So the dancing is a new challenge.
When it's right, it's black and it's white. We fight, we break up.
I've gotten really close to my dancers, but I still can't dance at all. That's one thing I am faking. That's like when I turn into Steve Urkel.
Wasn't gonna let love take me out that way.
You know, sometimes you can be blinded by your extreme emotions. I definitely was looking for answers, and during that time I wrote that song, and yeah, I was depressed and it was sad and there were thoughts, but there were never actions, thankfully.
Like, if you can believe in something great, I feel like you can achieve something great. I have that same belief system with everything, from career to my life, my personal life, everything. And I will do everything it takes to not fail. And I did everything it took, but it still failed. The bad that comes along with the good is a journey. And I learned so much from that journey.
I got the eye of the tiger. Some have said his heart's too hard to hold, and it takes a little time, but you should see him when he shines, 'cause you never wanna let that feeling go. When you love who you love, who you love, if it's who you love,
last night at this place called the Mercury Lounge, and it was so fantastic. Like, I wanted to cry because
people knew the words. Like, the record isn't even out yet, and people knew the words, and they were singing along, and, like, I played Thinking of You, which is a song of mine, and people were singing those words so loud that, like, I didn't even have to play the song.
I've never had fans before, so I'm excited to start making some.
If you're like freaking out and it's okay, I will hold you until you're not freaking out anymore.
So I guess like fan groups start and then they call themselves something, and mine decided to call themselves the Katy Cats.
Fans are great, but a community is what it's about. I try and not like categorize them as like my precious little fans. I want to just be on their level. And they know that when they meet me a lot of times. The fans that really know me know that I like to be on the same level, so they'll just talk to me like a regular person because that's where you're gonna get the best of me. Really happy for all of it and grateful for it.
Kitty cats.
Sometimes we call them kids.
Yeah, I got to grow up such a kitty. I'm so glad.
My fans, I try and be absolutely normal with them.
Maybe we don't speak the same language. Maybe I sound a little weird right now. But we speak the language of music, don't we? Thank you for supporting me through my journey. I hope I get to do this for the rest of my life, and I hope that you are there every step of the way.
I had tweeted on the way over that I was doing this for the 9-year-old girl that had the dream. I was emotional that I was fortunate to be given this opportunity. It was like a very spiritual moment for me.
Let's do a quick prayer.
I pray, God, that you will look after us. Thank you so much for this incredible opportunity. And we know it's because of you, because you have chosen us. Amen. And we believe that we are exactly where we are supposed to be today at this moment, and we will be present and conscious, and we will smile, and we will live in this 12.5 minutes! Of course I was nervous, but it was not a nervousness based on, am I going to get something wrong? It was more of like butterflies. It was just like excitement and adrenaline. You can do this. You were born for this moment. You are worth it. This is exactly where you're meant to be. It's like knowing your time of birth, knowing your time of death. It's like the same feeling of like, okay, the baby's coming, someone's dying. Well, at least I know what it feels like to be at the very top of being tested to be nervous. I may not ever feel the same nerves again.
On the way.
I talk a lot about the spiritual side of it all for me. When I was in the bathroom getting ready to go out onto the field, I heard a voice. It said, "You got this and I got you." So I was like, okay,
Wilson gets.
This is the day that the Lord has made, that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it, and be glad in it.
Yeah. The most chilling moment for me was when I was on top of the lion and we were counting down. There was a guy and he just looked up to me and he just goes, "You got this." And it just made me feel so confident in that one moment. I got this.
In 10, 9, 8.
Stand by. Katie spots 1, 3, 4, and 10. Nice and easy, Mike Hall.
Camera 2, you can give me a bit more of the other side, a bit more lights on the other side.
0. We are live.
Welcomes you to the Pepsi Super Bowl 49 halftime show.
Super Bowl, are you ready to rock? Come on! I used to bite my tongue and hold my breath, scared to rock the boat and make a mess. So I said quietly, agreed politely, 'cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me You're gonna hear me.
Once I had climbed the stairs of the dark horse, I turned and my foot just went, it like slipped. Thankfully not all the way, because I could have slipped into a split.
Backlights go. Stand
Come on, Katie. Come on, Katie. Come on, Katie. She's there. She's there. She's there. We've done it. Well done, Katie. Well done, costume.
I'm happy. I don't get to redo it, and I'm happy that I did it that way. Did a lot of sacrificing for that moment, but it was all worth it. It's crazy. It's like being an astronaut or something. I guess I prepared my whole life for this one moment in some weird way too. It all made sense. It all kind of added up, right?
I hope I get to do this for the rest of my life, and I hope that you are there every step of the way! I love you unconditionally!